Students, welcome you all in history class. We have already started chapter 2, Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. In our last video, we have discussed about Russian Empire. Today, we will discuss socialism in Russia. Open your book, page number 32. Let's start the topic, Socialism in Russia. All political parties were illegal in Russia before 1914. The Russian Social Democratic Workers' Party was founded in 1898 by socialists who respected Marx's ideas. So, Russian Social Democratic Workers' Party was founded in 1898, by the Socialist Workers' Party. But what's the law? Law is all political parties were illegal in Russia before 1914. So we can say this party, the Russian Social Democratic Workers' Party, was also an illegal party. Because of government policing, it had to operate as an illegal organization. See the point, it had to operate as an illegal organization. It set up a newspaper, mobilized workers and organized strikes. So it set up a newspaper, mobilized workers and organized strikes. Some Russian socialists felt that the Russian peasants' custom of dividing land periodically made them natural socialists. So, Russian socialists felt that the Russian peasants' custom of dividing land periodically. Remember the point, that is Russian peasants were different from the other European peasants. Why? Because they pulled their land together periodically and divided it according to the need of the individual family. Right. So here some Russian socialists felt that Russian peasants' custom of dividing land periodically made them natural socialists. It means Russian peasants were naturally socialist. So peasants, not workers, would be the main force of the revolution. Some Russian socialists felt that the Russia could become socialist more quickly than other countries. Socialists were active in the countryside through the late 19th century. They formed the Socialist Revolutionary Party in 1900. So they formed a Socialist Revolutionary Party in 1900. So it's before 1914. And what's the policy? Policy is that all political parties were illegal in Russia before 1914. So 1900 Socialist Revolutionary Party was also an illegal organization. So it's a peasant group, Socialist Revolutionary Party, peasants group, countryside. This party struggled for peasants' rights and demanded that land belongs to nobles be transferred to peasants. Social Democrats disagreed with socialist revolutionaries about peasants. Social Democrats means Social Democratic Workers' Party. So Social Democrat, it means Social Democratic Workers' Party, disagree with socialist revolutionaries. Socialist Revolutionary Party. Workers' Party, Peasants' Party. So so they disagree with social revolutionaries about peasants. Vladimir Lenin felt that peasants were not one united group. Peasants were not united group. Lenin felt that peasants were not in one united group. There were two groups. Some were poor, some were rich, So others rich, some worked as a laborer, while others were capitalists who employed workers. So given this differentiation within them, they could not all be a part of socialist movement. So they could not be all part of a socialist movement. So for this differentiation, they could not be all together. Lenin felt that. Who was Lenin? Social Democratic Workers' Party's head. Lenin, okay, felt that. So this is a point. Now next, the party was divided over the strategy of organization. Which party? This party, Social Democratic Workers' Party. So Social Democratic Workers' Party was divided over the strategy of organization. Vladimir Lenin, who led the Bolshevik group, thought that in a repressive society like Tsarist Russia, the party should be disciplined and should control the number and quality of its member. Others, Mensheviks, thought that the party should be open to all, as in Germany. Now, the party, Social Democratic Workers' Party, divided into two groups, Bolshevik, Menshevik. Two groups, Bolshevik, Menshevik. Okay. Bolshevik head Vladimir Lenin. Menshevik head Julius Martov. Bolshevik party led by Vladimir Lenin. Menshevik party led by Julius Martov. Remember the point. Menshevik party led by Julius Martov. Second difference. Bolshevik group were the majority group of the workers. The majority group of the workers were Bolshevik group. But Menshevik group were the minority group of the workers. Menshevik group were minority group of the workers. This is the second difference. Third difference and the last is, according to Lenin, party should be disciplined and should control the number and the quality of its member. Okay, but in Menshevik, leaders thought that party should be open to all. Okay, so this is the third difference. Okay, so Bolshevik group, Menshevik group. Bolshevik group led by Vladimir Lenin, Menshevik group led by Julius Martov. Bolshevik group, majority group of the workers, Menshevik group, minority group of the workers. Okay. And the last point is, Bolshevik group believed that party should be disciplined, not open to all, but Menshevik group believed that party should be open to all. Now, our next point, that is a turbulent time, the 1905 revolution. A turbulent time, the 1905 revolution. Russia was an autocracy. Autocracy means the king or the person who was the leader or have authority have the full control of the society. So Russia was an autocracy. Why it's autocracy? Because Russia was under control by the Tsar Nicholas II, right? So Russia was an autocracy. Unlike other European rulers, even at the beginning of the 20th century, the Tsar was not subject to parliament. Liberals in Russia campaigned to end this state of affairs. Together with the Social Democrats and Socialist Revolutionaries. Social Democrats means Workers' Party, Socialist Revolutionaries means Peasant Party. They worked with peasants and workers during the revolution of 1905 to demand a constitution. They were supported in the empire by nationalists, in Poland for instance, nationalists, and in Muslim dominated area by Jadidists. Jadidist means Muslim reformers. Jadidist means Muslim reformers who wanted modernize Islam to lead their societies. So, who were Jadidist? Muslim reformers. So, Muslim reformers, nationalists joined hand together with social democrats and socialist revolutionaries, and they demanded a constitution. Okay. Now our next point is the year 1904 was a particularly bad one for Russian workers. Prices of essential goods rose so quickly that real wages declined by 20%. The membership of Workers' Association rose dramatically. So, what happened in 1904? 1904 was a very bad time for Russian workers. Prices of the essential goods rose so quickly that real wages declined by 20%. The membership of Workers' Association rose dramatically. When 4 members of the Assembly of Russian Workers, which had been formed in 1904, were dismissed at the Putilov Iron Works, there was a call for industrial action. So, there was a call for industrial action. For what? For the situation of the Russian workers. Over the next few days, over 1,10,000 workers in St. Petersburg went on strike, demanding a reduction in the working day to 8 hours, an increase in wages, and improvement in working condition. What happened? 1,10,000 workers in St. Petersburg went on strike. What's their demand? Their demand is reduction in the working day to 8 hours, 8 hours working, an increase in wages, good wages, and improvement in working condition. Okay, 3 demands were there. So, that's why 1,10,000 workers in St. Petersburg went on strike. Next, when the procession of workers led by Father Gapon, who was the leader? Father Gapon, reached the Winter Palace, it was attacked by the police and the Cossacks. So, what happened when the procession of workers led by Father Gapon reached the Winter Palace? Winter Palace, Palace of Tsar, Winter Palace, to submit their petition. For what? To submit their petition. Okay, of their demand, 8 hours working, good wages, and improvement in working condition. Okay, but they were attacked by the police and the Cossacks, military force. Over 100 workers were killed and about 300 wounded. Over 100 workers were killed and 300 wounded. Okay, because the police and the Cossacks started firing. The incident known as Bloody Sunday. Why the incident known as Bloody Sunday? Because it happened on Sunday. That's why the incident was known as Bloody Sunday. Started a series of events that become known as the 1905 revolution. So Bloody Sunday was the very important incident which started a series of events that become known as the 1905 revolution. Strikes took place all over the country and universities closed down when students' bodies staged workouts, complaining about the lack of civil liberties. Lawyers, doctors, engineers, and other middle class workers established the Union of Unions and demanded a constituent assembly. So what happened? The situation is not good at all. Okay, it's a very bad time for Russian workers. They were killed. Okay, Bloody Sunday incident already happened. They were killed. Now, what's the effect of Bloody Sunday? First of all, strikes took place all over the country. This is the first one. Strike took place all over the country. Second, universities closed down. Third, doctors, lawyers, engineers, and other middle class workers established unions of union and demanded constituent assembly. Okay. Next effect, during the 1905 revolution, the Tsar allowed the creation of an elected consultative parliament or Duma. Duma means Russian parliament. Okay. So during 1905 revolutions, the Tsar allowed the creation of an elected consultative parliament or Duma. For a brief while during the revolution, there existed a large number of trade unions and factory committees made up of factory workers. After 1905, most committees and unions worked unofficially, since they were declared illegal. Severe restrictions were placed on political activity. The Tsar dismissed the first Duma within 75 days and the re-elected second Duma within 3 months. So the Tsar dismissed the first Duma within 75 days, re-elected second Duma within 3 months. He did not want any questioning of his authority or any reduction in his power. He changed the voting laws. The Tsar changed the voting laws and packed the third Duma with conservative politicians. Liberals and revolutionaries were kept in. Liberals and revolutionaries were kept out. Kept out from where? From third Duma. Liberals and revolutionaries were kept out from where? Third Duma. And the third Duma was packed with full of conservative politicians. Okay. It's the incident of 1905 revolution. Now, our next point and very important point or last point, that is the First World War and the Russian Empire. Let's start. In 1914, war broke out between two European alliances, Germany, Austria and Turkey, the Central Power, France, Britain and Russia, later Italy and Romania. So, two European alliances was there. In 1914, war broke out between two European alliances. One is Central Power, another is Allied Power. Central Power, Allied Power. Between Central Power, Allied Power. Central Power means Germany, Austria and Turkey. Allied Power means France, Britain and Russia, later Italy and Romania. Okay. Each country had a global empire and the war was fought outside Europe as well as in Europe. This was the First World War. So, each country had the global empire, and the war was fought outside Europe as well as in Europe. This was the First World War. Okay. Next point, in Russia, the war was initially popular. So, in Russia, the war was initially popular, and people rallied around Tsar Nicholas II. So, in Russia, the Russian people supported Tsar Nicholas II initially. As the war continued, though the Tsar refused to consult the main parties in the Duma. As the war continued, the Tsar refused to consult the main parties in the Duma. Support or thin. Support to the Tsar or thin. Anti-German sentiments ran high. At that time in Russia, anti-German sentiments ran high. And see what happened, as can be seen in the renaming of St. Petersburg, a German name, St. Petersburg, as Petrograd. So, Russian people changed the name St. Petersburg as Petrograd. The Tsarina Alexander's German origins and poor advisors, especially the monk called Rasputin, made the autocracy unpopular. So, who made the kingdom unpopular? Number 1, Tsarina Alexander, German origin. And during the war, as the war continues, Tsar refused to consult the main parties in the Duma with the conservative politician, and he started consulting with a monk, Rasputin. Okay, with a monk called Rasputin. So these activities made the autocracy unpopular. Okay, now next, the First World War on the Eastern Front differed from that on the Western Front. In Eastern Front, France was there. In Western Front, Russia. Okay, the First World War on the Eastern Front. Eastern Front means France part. Differed from that on the Western Front. Western Front means Russia. In the West, armies fought from trenches stretched along eastern France. So, in the eastern part, France part. Okay, France part, France armies fought from the trenches. They dig the soil and made the trenches stretch along eastern France. So they fought from the trenches. In the east, armies moved a good deal and fought battle, leaving large casualties. But what happened in the east part? What happened in the east part? East part, Russia part. Russia, the German army, the Austrian army moved a good deal and fought battle, leaving large casualties. So large casualties on which part? On east part. Okay, large casualties on which part? On east part. Defeats were shocking and demoralizing. So, the defeats were shocking for the Russian army and demoralizing for Russian army. Russia's armies lost badly in Germany and Austria between 1914 and 1916. So, Russia's army lost badly. in the war. There were over 7 million casualties by 1917. So by 1917 there were 7 million casualties in Russian army. As they retreated, the Russian army destroyed crops and buildings to prevent the enemy from being able to live off their land. So they were shocked. Russian army were shocked. Okay, they got defeated. So they destroyed the crops and the buildings to prevent the enemy. To prevent the enemy means German army, Austria army. To prevent the enemy from being able to live off their land. The destruction of crops and buildings led to over 3 million refugees in Russia. But what happened? The result is very shocking and very bad. The destruction of crops and buildings led to over 3 million refugees in Russia. The situation discredited the government and the Tsar. The situation discredited the government and the Tsar. So the situation was not under control of the Tsar. Soldiers did not wish to fight such a war. Very natural, very natural. Soldiers did not wish to fight such a war. Okay. Last paragraph. The war also had a severe impact on industry. Russia's own industries were few in number and the country was cut off from other supplies of industrial goods by German control of the Baltic Sea. Industrial equipment disintegrated more rapidly in Russia than elsewhere in Europe. By 1916, railway lines began to break down. So, what happened by 1916? This is the impact of the war. Okay. This is the impact of the war. First of all, war had a severe impact on industry. Russia had very few number of industry in St. Petersburg and in Moscow, right? Industries were in pockets. So Russia already had very few industry, but industrial effect is very severe. The country were cut off from other suppliers of industrial goods by German control of the Baltic Sea. Industrial equipment disintegrated more rapidly in Russia than elsewhere in Europe. By 1916, railway lines began to break down. So, railway lines began to break down due to the war. Okay. Able-bodied men were called up to the war. Able-bodied, normal human beings, okay, citizen of Russia, normal Russian people, not the soldiers. Able-bodied means normal Russian people were called up to the war to fight the war. Okay, as a result, there were labor shortage and small workshop producing essentials were shut down. Very natural, normal citizen, labor, workers, peasants were called for the war, called up to the war. So, labor shortage, impact. Large supplies of grains were sent to feed the army. For the people in the cities, bread and flour become scarce. By the winter of 1916, riots at bread shops were common. So, riots in bread shop were common in Russia. That's all for today, students. I think the concept is clear. Bye.